Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. The Prime Minister of Poland, Hungary, the Czech Republic and Slovakia met today in the Polish city of Lublin to discuss the current situation in Belarus, the fight against the coronavirus pandemic and the upcoming special summit of the European Council. Since the beginning of July, Poland has been leading the work of the Visegrad Group.
Na początku dyskutowaliśmy kwestie związane z Białorusią.
At first, we discussed the matter regarding the situation in Belarus. We all agreed that a free election should take place there so that the Belarusian nation could be in sovereign charge of the future of their nation. We condemn repression, torture and brutal actions taken against the protesters in Belarus. We're also calling for liberation of all political prisoners.
Uwolnienie wszystkich więźniów politycznych.
Róża Thun, a Civic Platform MEP, has initiated another action in Brussels aimed at stopping the construction of a canal through the Vistula Spit in northern Poland. According to Thun, the canal through the Vistula Spit to link the Vistula Lagoon with the Baltic constitutes a threat to the environment. She also claims that the European Commission is trying to stop construction, but according to Marek Grobarczyk, head of the Ministry of Marine Economy and Navigation, this claim is classic fake news.
The matter of the crosscut through the Vistula Spit is still continuing. Once again, opposition MEPs want to stop the investment, claiming that it constitutes a threat to the environment. The crosscut through the Vistula Spit is a threat to the Baltic Sea. It is an urgent matter not only for Poland. Today, in response to many comments, I organized a meeting with Virginijus Sienkiewicz, Commissioner for the Environment. Decisive actions must be taken in order to protect nature and to reverse the process of degradation of the ecosystem. Commissioner Sienkiewicz confirmed that the European Commission takes this matter seriously. Despite the promises made by Poland, works on Vistula Spit Canal proceeded. The Commissioner said that he will file a motion to the College of Commissioners in order to refer this case to the Court of Justice of the European Union if the situation does not change. In connection to further questions regarding the additional actions which can be taken in this matter, the Commissioner does not exclude a letter to the Polish minister calling for stop the work. According to the Minister of Marine Economy and Inland Navigation, Marek Grobarczyk, the information on the European Court of Justice blocking the investment is fake news.
The information
that we received from Brussels confirms that the European Commission is not going to take any action in this matter. The information that the public received from Róża Thun is untrue. There is no threat to the environment.
Sprawiedliwości zresztą dla nas było to oczywiste.
The crosscut through the Vistula Spit undertaken by the Law and Justice government is one of those strategic investments which are going to help Poland become independent from Russia. Currently, there is only one way to get to the lagoon from the Baltic, and that is through the Strait of Baltic, which belongs to Russia.
The citizens of Warsaw have until the 15th of September to vote on projects chosen by them which will be financed by the city. One of these covers sexual education classes for children. The project, which is to cost 3 million zloty, brought protests from conservative communities in Poland, which see it as a violation of children's innocence and forcing them to adopt liberal views on gender. Meanwhile, the centre and leftist groups stress that it is important to educate children on sex, sex protection, and the processes their bodies will be going through as they grow up.
Warsaw City Hall intends to allocate 3 million zloty for the project to introduce more sexual education into Polish schools. The project is to be voted on as part of the citizens' budget. The education curator for Mazovia, Aurelia Michałowska, and social activist Hanna Dobrowolska firmly protested against it. They sent a special letter regarding the matter to the mayor of Warsaw, Rafał Trzaskowski. Dear Mr. Mayor, I appeal to you to not introduce to our city's space, which is also used by children and youth, the project voluntarily classes educational and animation activities regarding matters of health, coming of age, and counteracting violence for youth and adults, proposed under the citizens' budget for the year 2021. Dr. Furman from the Ordo Juris Institute says that the project needs very thorough verification. Its points need to be checked very well. Each and every one needs to be verified. But first and foremost, we need to make sure that the parents' approval is given every time. It's something that parents have the right to by realizing their constitutional right to raise their children in accordance with their own views. As curator Michałowska states in the letter addressed to Mayor Trzaskowski, the project violates parents' rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Last year, a similar project of the Warsaw City Hall was blocked by the ruling party MPs.
The opposition is demanding the dismissal of the Ombudsman for Children, Mikołaj Pawlak, accusing him of religious fundamentalism and a lack of objectivity. Responding to these allegations in the Polish Sejm today, Pawlak said that his only intention is to defend children. The Children's Ombudsman recently stated that sex educators are forcing children to take hormonal pills which change their gender. However, the Minister of Education, Dariusz Piontkowski, denied that any such incident had taken place.
Człowiek może mieć swoje poglądy.
A man has the right to his own views. However, the institution cannot have its own views. It cannot be fundamentally religious. The position of the Children's Ombudsman requires objectivity, requires an ability to be above one's own personal views. Unfortunately, Mr. Ombudsman cannot do that. He shows all the time, in all of his statements, that he is a fundamentalist. He shows that he is not cut out for it. He shows that he mistook this position for the position of a preacher. The Civic Coalition filed a motion to dismiss the Ombudsman today, based on the law describing the function of the Children's Ombudsman.
Polska składa dzisiaj wniosek o odwołanie pana Rzecznika Praw Dziecka.
Każdego tygodnia w reakcji na różnego rodzaju sprawy, nie tylko przy...
Every week, reacting to matters of all kind, I go through court cases, I file reports of crimes, I demand documents. It is usually preceded with careful analysis. I'm not doing it recklessly. My job is to protect children and often conduct preventive actions so that children wouldn't suffer from the circulation of these kinds of pills. I think we can all agree that we wouldn't want our children to go through something like that.
Jakieś dzieci za chwilę na początku roku nie padły ofiarami.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programs. But from me, it's have a good night, a better tomorrow and a good weekend.